Good afternoon, I'm Josh the Furnace Guy, and today I'd like to say a couple words about servicing an oil furnace. For the sake of this video, I assume that you are somebody who already knows how to service an oil furnace. You're already doing it. I just want to show you some things from my kit. I can take this box and my electrical meter, and I can service almost any oil furnace without having to get hardly any other tools out of my truck. This is just a pan, catches oil filter, catches some oil when I bleed it. This box, the Milwaukee pack-out box, it's got the things I need in it. I pull this top tray and a couple more things out, and it makes a nice little seat when I'm in the basement. See, I've got my towels, I've got my carb cleaner, a nice big crescent wrench for pulling service caps off. I got this one cheap at a yard sale. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, just you need some size. If you're doing this professionally, I recommend a big case with lots of different nozzles in it. Keep track of what you use, and after a couple years, you'll have a pretty good sense of what needs to be in that case. Now, the big things I want to talk about here, these blue shop towels. If you haven't started using them yet, try them on one. It makes a world of difference rather than trying to use regular paper towels to clean one up. Especially if you get one that hasn't been serviced in years, or that your company doesn't service, that ends up being nasty. Carbon choke cleaner. My grandfather used gum out for years. I find this Master Mechanic carb cleaner does a pretty decent job, does about the same thing. But you absolutely want that carbon choke cleaner. Of course, I've got crescent wrenches, 10 in 1. Little 3/8 wrench is nice for the bleeder. A piece of 3/8 ID tubing is real nice for sticking on that bleeder when you're trying to get that furnace bled out and cleared. Most important thing, where we can see it here, is a Beckett Z gauge. If you are working on any oil furnace, especially one that's made in the last 30 years, there's a very good chance it's got a Beckett burner on it. And if you're using anything but a Beckett Z gauge to set those electrodes, you need to try one out. If you're using a Blue Angel gauge to set Beckett burner electrodes, you need to stop immediately. You are blowing soot out of people's chimneys, either your own or your customers. A Z gauge is what you need to do. You can use one of these flat gauges. You can see this one, I've not even pulled this sticker off. It's been in that box for a couple years. The Z gauge is all you need. It does the same job with the same accuracy, much faster. And if you're not real good with this, then this does it a lot more accurate. I've been on plenty of jobs where somebody's using a Blue Angel gauge or doesn't know how to use this flat gauge properly, and the furnace is sooted up. They're just putting money out the chimney. In fact, that's what I tell a lot of my customers. If you see soot coming out of your chimney, that's money. Also got a little piece of sandpaper here for those real stubborn electrodes where the carb cleaner and rags don't take care of it. I hope this helps somebody. I really hope that I have expounded, proselytized a Z gauge well. For all the more they cost, if you're doing your own furnace and it's got a Beckett burner, you will save back what you spent on this probably the first month. And for your customers, if you're a professional, you just have an obligation. You need to be doing it right with the right tools. And for a Beckett oil burner, this is the right tool. I'm Josh the Furnace Guy. I hope this helps. I hope you have a nice day.